Welcome to day 19 of 4 weeks of yoga. As usual, we're going to start seated on the floor with the eyes closed to do our body scan. So first we're going to bring our attention and our focus towards the breath, noticing where it's at today. And now you can bring your focus down to the feet and the legs, noticing how the muscles feel today. And now you can bring the focus up towards the hips and the torso. And you can notice the movements it makes with each inhale and with each exhale. And now we're going to think about the hands and the arms. Now we're going to bring the focus up towards the shoulders and the neck. And finally, we're going to bring it up into our state of mind, acknowledging where our state of mind is at in this moment. And now we're going to come to standing to do our sun salutations. So we're going to inhale the arms out and up, really reaching towards the sky. And exhaling, we're going to bend from the waist and touch the floor. Inhaling, we're going to lift the head a bit. And then exhale, we're going to step back and lower into cobra pose or upward facing dog. And with an exhale, we're going to push up into downward dog. With an inhale, we're going to step the feet back towards the hands, straighten the knees, and then we're going to come up with the arms reaching up towards the sky, and then we're going to lower them with an exhale. Inhaling, we'll reach them up and out and up, and then with an exhale, we're going to reach down to the floor. Going to lift the head a bit. We're going to step back and lower into cobra pose or upward dog. Now we're going to push up into downward dog with an exhale. Now we're going to step the feet back towards the hands, straighten the knees, and we're going to come up, reaching the arms out and up. And exhaling, we're going to bring them down into prayer position. Inhaling, we're going to reach them out and up again. And exhaling, we're going to bend from the waist and touch the floor. Inhaling, we're going to lift the head and chest a bit. Now we're going to step back and lower into cobra pose or upward dog. Remember that in upward dog, the thighs don't touch the floor like they do in cobra pose. Now we're going to push up into downward dog. We're going to step the feet back to the hands. And we're going to come back up with the arms up towards the sky. And exhaling, we're going to lower them through prayer. Now inhaling, we're going to reach them back up. And exhaling, we're going to bend from the waist and touch the floor. Inhaling, we're going to lift the head a bit. And exhaling, we're going to relax it. Inhaling, we're going to lift the head and chest again. And now we're going to step back and come to all fours to do some rounds of cat-cow. So inhaling, we're going to arch the back. And exhaling, we're going to round it. Inhaling, we're going to arch it. And exhaling, we're going to round it. So we're going to arch it. And we're going to round. Arching. And rounding. Arching. And with an exhale, we're going to round. Arching. And with an exhale, we're going to round. Arching. And rounding. Arching. And with an exhale, we're going to round. Arching. And rounding. 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 Arching. And ro On the next exhale, we're going to lower down into child's pose. Inhaling, we're going to come back up with the arch back. And exhaling, we're going to round it. And then lower down into child's pose. Inhaling, we're going to come up. And we're going to round the back. And on the next exhale, we're going to lower down into child's pose. Inhaling, we're going to come up, arching the back. Now we're going to round it. Staying here for an inhale, and then exhaling, we're going to lower down into child's pose. Now we're going to come up and keep the back neutral. Now we're going to tuck the toes, and we're going to lift the knees slightly off the ground. We want to make sure that we're not arching or rounding the back too much. We want to keep the spine nice and long. Now we're going to push up into downward dog. Same thing, keeping the spine long and straightening the knees only as much as you can. Now we're going to bring the right knee into the chest, lowering the hips and shifting the weight forward. And with an exhale, we're going to come back into downward dog. And now we're going to bring the left knee into the chest. Weight shifts forward, hips are lowered, and we're engaging the core. And now we're going to come back into downward dog. And now we're going to bring the right knee again. You want to make sure that the spine is nice and long, not arched or rounded. Now we're going to come back into downward dog. Now we're going to bring the left knee again into the chest. And we're going to push back into downward dog. And we're going to lower the knees. And with an exhale, we're going to rest in child's pose. Now we're going to come up to all fours, bringing the elbows to the floor to get ready to do dolphin pose. So hands clasped, elbows underneath the shoulders, and inhaling, you're going to lift the hips and straighten the knees as much as you can. Now we're going to walk the feet back a few inches and lower the hips to stay in a dolphin plank pose. Now we're going to lower the knees, and we're going to come into child's pose to rest. Now we're going to come up and come to seated to do our boat pose. So the knees are bent, the spine is long. Now you can leave the feet still touching the floor a bit. You can bring them up to about a 90-degree angle or a little bit higher or even straight. Do whatever you can do while still keeping the spine long. Now we're going to lower the feet. We're going to sit up nice and tall, lengthening the spine a little bit more. And now we're going to come back into the pose. So either the toes still touching the floor, slightly bent, or straight. And the arms are going to be out in front of you. You want to feel we're engaging the abs and the core. Now we're going to lower the feet, sit up nice and tall, and now we're going to come to standing to do our cardio. So the first exercise is squats with little jumps. You want to make sure that the knees are directly over your toes. And the 30 seconds start now. Wonderful. Now we're going to rest for 15 seconds and get ready for the next exercise, which is going to be 30 seconds of ice skaters with no jumps. And the 30 seconds start now. Wonderful. Now we're going to rest for 15 seconds, and the next exercise is going to be 30 seconds of reverse lunges with kicks. And the 30 seconds start now. Remember, the kick doesn't have to be high, I want it to be strong and full of energy. I flex my foot because that makes it easier for me to really feel that energy and to make it a strong kick. Perfect. Now we're going to rest for 15 seconds and then we're going to repeat it all. So starting with the squats with jumps, and then the ice skaters, and finishing off with reverse lunges with kicks. So we start the squats with jumps now. And don't forget to breathe. That's so important. Now we're going to rest for 15 seconds, and we're going to get ready for the next exercise, which is going to be 30 seconds of ice skaters. And the 30 seconds start now. Perfect. Now we're going to rest for 15 seconds, and we're going to get ready for the very last exercise. We only got one more exercise to go, so just breathe and you got this. The last exercise is going to be reverse lunges with kicks. And the 30 seconds start now. Wonderful. Now we're done with the cardio, so we're going to come back down to the ground. We're going to lay on our backs with legs bent to do our cool down stretches. So you're going to put the right foot over the left knee, and you can leave the legs on the floor or you can bring them closer into your chest. You're going to flex both feet, and we're going to elongate the breath little by little. Now we're going to release the legs and switch the feet. So the left foot on the right knee. Now we're going to release the legs again, and we're going to straighten the right one and bend the left one. Twisting the knee over to the right side and extending the left arm out to that side, keeping the shoulder on the floor. Now we're going to come back and switch legs. So straightening the left and bending the right, twisting the knee over to the left side, and extending the right arm out to that side and keeping the shoulder on the floor. Now we're going to come back and bend both legs, placing the hands on the kneecaps and bringing them into the chest, rounding the back. Now arching the back, we're going to let the arms extend as we inhale. And exhaling, we're going to round the back and bring the knees back into the chest. Inhaling, we're going to arch the back and let the arms extend. And exhaling, we're going to bring the knees back into the chest. Inhaling, we're going to extend the arms. And now you can release the legs. You can keep them bent or straight, whichever is more comfortable. You can also place your hands either on your torso or let them rest at your sides. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. And now we're going to continue to lengthen the breath. Really focus on the breath. Follow the breath through the torso as it fills up the belly and the chest, and then how the chest and belly sink down with an exhale. So we're just going to follow the breath with our mind and try to lengthen it with each breath. As we're doing so, we're going to start to relax physically and mentally. You can do a body scan if you want to, starting from the toes and working your way up towards the tip of your head. Just noticing any muscles that are tense and relaxing them little by little. You can feel your breath fill the muscles with that oxygen that allows them to rest and relax. So breathing into those tense muscles. And when you reach your head, you can go into your mind and kind of just relax your mind. Clearing your mind of unnecessary thoughts. Just keeping the thoughts towards the back of the mind. We're not going to give them importance or bringing them to the front now, because this is your time to rest and relax and give your body and mind a chance to rest and relax. In yesterday's meditation, we talked about how a joyful heart is good medicine, and choosing to be joyful is a way of taking care of our bodies. And today's meditation talks about where joy comes from. So it's from Psalm 16:11, and it says, "You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand." So we're just going to think about that meditation, and we're going to let it sink into our mind and heart, and we're going to rest. And you can feel your anxiety and stress and negative emotions that have negative consequences physically as well. We're going to feel all those just sinking away into the floor, and the space that they're leaving creates. We're going to fill that up with this joy and peace and gratitude for our incredibly designed and complex bodies and our incredible minds, and gratitude for these moments to truly rest and to appreciate our breath and our bodies and our life. So you're just going to let the heart fill up with this joy and peace, and let it pump that into the entire body just like it pumps blood. When you're ready, you can roll onto one side, and with the eyes closed or with a soft gaze, you can gently push up to seated. Now, placing the hands over the heart, we're going to take a long, deep inhale and fill the heart up with joy and peace and gratitude. And exhaling, we're going to send all of that into our entire body. So inhaling, we're going to fill the heart with joy and peace, and exhaling, we're going to send it into the entire body. Now you can let the hands relax, and inhaling, we're going to lower the head a bit, and as you exhale, you can slowly open your eyes and lift the head. So that was our practice for today. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a magnificent, mindful day. See you next time.